Massive, welcome back to Reggae Dancehall Vault. And today we have with us another great artist. This man is well traveled, toured all over the globe. And who we're talking about is none other than Duane Stephenson. What go on, sir?
But then a reggae vault, so me I say,
Yeah, man,
yeah, I
that's
go through the music same way.
same way. So what we want to do today is, a lot of people want to know, because them know what go on now and know say you have a lot of things in the pipeline and them see a whole heap of things are going on, but we want to know from the beginning when you was a youth, I come up. So we start there, so which part of the eye born and grow?
And of course, as the name suggests, Duane Stephenson from Augustown, I hail from Augustown. Born, grow there. Put it like this, when the ball field was empty at certain points in the summer, because everybody got in the country, I was still on the ball field.
See it.
Nowhere to go, So definitely I grew up in Eastern St. Andrew.
Yeah.
Back then it was basically a working class neighborhood. It was before the guns and the drugs and all them things. So it was considered rural at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because back in the days, anything past Mona is rural.
True, I remember that.
Yeah, so that is where I grew up.
So you grew up in a mother and father or family-wise?
The situation is, I grew up with my mother, but even my mother was kind of under the umbrella of my grandaunt,
See.
My grandaunt run things, and
Yeah.
she had under her roof about three or four, like different families come together under her roof. And we all grew up as one. So as much when my mother went out and everything, most of the teachings, my early teachings actually came from my grandmother. And I always tell people, say, my grandaunt actually. My grandaunt is a old woman where we have beard and all of them things, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
she used to juggle things down by the market. She was a herbalist, natural herbalist that is.
Yeah.
And there were things like ackee and stuff like that in the market. But she was the person really doing much of the disciplinarian stuff within.
So you need one heap of discipline or you're a good youth. Don't tell no lie now.
No, if you tell the truth,
Yeah.
I was a man of extremes, For
Yeah.
the most part, I'm good until I was not.
All right.
You know what I mean?
We want to explore that part. We don't have to go deep still, but
Yeah. No, man, it's like, we are good youth because those days, the experience that we have today as when you consider a road boy versus then is a whole different ball game, you know what I mean?
true that.
The truth is, back in the days, people frown upon you if you do things like, not have no respect to elders, which is man in the evening and all them things. And like nowadays, I'm gonna fling stone and fire gun and all them kind of things. We never actually saw that growing up until we got to about 14, 15 when, man go fire and go to Al Capone and start sending back gun instead of shoes.
See it.
You know what I mean? So when I say extremes is, 1 minute I'm there at home doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, and the next minute we burn down the neighbor fence because we go up at the gas station and we get the oil and we drain the bottles and we come and we say we are on experiment. We get out and burn down the people and fence.
Yeah, so it's just rude and bad youth. I just rude
man,
no rude.
It was not like that at the time, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Nothing like that at the time. So
See it.
it's just like youth things, because we grew up in a time where we were still, being ushered by the community, so to speak. Because there was a thing like, for instance, on a regular weeknight, if we were out on the road too late, you have a taxi virgin named Buckley. So anytime we say Buckley car light turn down Bryce Hill Road, every man start taking themselves because when Buckley come and see up on the corner and back a theme belt, him start swing that indiscriminately, and if you're out there, you're not supposed to out there.
Yeah.
Because first thing, even if your parents are the home and hear say, Buckley have to lick your belt, Buckley. But Buckley not come home till X time. Way I do on the road.
Yeah, you have to keep that. You
know what I mean? So it was that kind of vibe, man. So it was a little bit different from what it is today.
Today. So which school you attended?
Growing up, I started out at Aquinas Center Basic School, which is run by the Catholic Church in Augustown. That's down July Road in the community. And then, of course, after leaving those schools, you either went to Augustown Primary, Mona Primary, Hope Valley, or New Providence Primary, which was the furthest away. And I went to New Providence Primary.
Yeah.
Because my mother's a staunch believer. Went to, and that time a lot of people, as I say, went to, from the community, went to New Providence Primary. So much so that after my mother took me to school the first day, age of 6, by the second day, all I did was join the flock. You know what I mean? You just come out and just join the long line. Everybody went on the bus down to Ligani, up to Barbican, behind Standpipe there. And that's where I went to primary school. And after leaving primary school, I went on to Tivoli Garden Comprehensive High. And I think that was, you know, when I went to Tivoli School, it was a musical place already because,
Well,
of course,
which year you attended Tivoli?
Tivoli Garden started for me 89. 1989, yeah. I went there, and of course, when I got there, Tivoli already had its resident superstars in Ghost and Culture at the time, and of course, less known was Prefect Lucky D, which is actually the first sufferer I see I play piano and I sing. I mean, so that was very impressive because first thing Uptown people alone I play piano.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you see a man I come and look at you to come to Tivoli School in white shirt and thing and I play piano and sing, it was very impressive to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's Lucky D.
Yeah, man, Lucky D. So when you see Lucky D, a farm fool and I go on them ways and everything, let me tell you something. That's all I'm doing, farming fool.
Yeah, know himself.
No, Lucky D is a very articulate youth, man. Big time prefect at Tivoli School. As a matter of fact, this man went on a musical scholarship to the United States. So I make him try fool and go like him an idiot. I just talk him at
Yeah, man, big up Lucky D, big up Lucky D. How the music thing come in now?
Well, as I said, music has always been around me because in my yard was, well, my uncle Michael Rutherford. At the time, he was the lead singer of the Rhythm Kings band, which was a touring band for Gregory Isaac at the time.
Right.
So, you know, so through him, I used to go to some of the rehearsals because I was also his understudy because he's someone that used to teach part-time up at VT there, refrigeration, air conditioning. And of course, I found that interesting because you get to use acetylene torch and burn stuff. And as a youth, you know, it's the most amazing thing. So I used to par with him because that, and then once, you know, the evening comes and he wraps up that, then you go to the music stuff. And sometimes I just, when the time was available, I used to just tag along to those rehearsals. So I used to be that. Aside from that, uncle living in the same house that had a sound system. Yeah, my Uncle Junior had a sound system.
A big sound that nobody know.
No, it wasn't anything big. But across the road from me, on Bryce Road, was the resident, was basically the dancehall belonging to, or the home dance to Silverhawk Sound.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. Right across the road from me on Bryce Road.
So music surround you?
Yeah, my music surround me. As a matter of fact, a lot of the songs that I know going to New Providence Primary, most of the other kids don't know them because, of course, then you know, say, big people music never used to play on radio.
That's
so when
true,
me know what about big people music, my brethren don't know nothing about that because them not live near a dance or rasta.
So, all right, while attending Tivoli, that's where you started?
Yeah, basically, you know, I mean, I tried not to get involved in things because I was doing like basketball and them things and that kind of stuff, so I was more interested in them things. But there was a friend of mine in my class named Duane Stephenson that, you know, listen, we used to compete with everything. Basketball, tennis, even though the man can't play, him decides he can play tennis better than me.
Yeah.
I don't know if this man ever see a tennis racket yet. Football, everything, till one day we decided that we're going into writing. And we're going to write songs as a competition and everything. And, you know, it started there, but then from those little competitive writing stint, that is when a little bit after that I started writing the song Get Up In in grade 9 at Tivoli School. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's from them time I write that song. And then
grade 9 would have been what, 92?
Roughly. So that's where it started. But then a little, when I got to like the early fifth form, then of course, me have a brethren that we used to play basketball away from Elsa Flats that came one day to the court telling me that, boy, I'm going to join this club, but I'm be a girl in the club. I said, be a girl in the club? I said, that sound bad. At the
Yeah.
time, so he told me that he went to a rehearsal and his the little people and teen players club and he went to the rehearsal. At the time, Robert used to go JC. So me I said, what? So him tell me about there's another rehearsal, audition. Too much dance on stage.
Yeah, you have to stick to your strong point.
I tell you, man. Eventually I did. But yeah, so it was very surprising to me when I got a call back that I was accepted in that club because it was a lost cause, I tell you. But
Yeah,
sometimes people see you and not even seeing yourself.
true.
Yeah, man.
True. Did you like taking it professionally or just?
Well, of course, once you got to category players, you were exposed to a professional environment. That's the one thing
Alright.
category push. You find that everybody had to do classes. And everybody have to do one of each. You had to do a dance class, you had to do a drama class, and you had to do, of course, music and choir was for everybody. You know what I mean? Different levels of the music.
Yeah.
Depends on how good you be, but choir is for everybody. And that is the first place I learned that I can really sing a Whitney Houston song. Because before that, I could have sing every Whitney Houston song without a problem. But when you start learning keys and notes, you realize, you know, say,
Bathroom singing it that though.
yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
because of that now, you kind of grew. As I said, so there was a show that was put on every year at Ward Theatre. One of the bigger shows for the year and the artistic calendar in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And everything on it, there was no freebies. If you want to be a part of the show, you have to audition for everything. Audition for if you don't make anything, you don't do anything. So if you want to sing a solo, you have to audition for it. A group piece, you have to audition for it.
If you know song good, you go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and you learn certain things. That's where I learned that, listen, if one man turn out to the show must go on.
Yeah.
And one man, 1 million, the energy shouldn't be any different or whatever. And so them things, I think them things really prepared me for the future. So I ended up, because of that, jumping a lot of the hurdles where man face when them just are going into the music business because I coming from theatre and have them kind of disciplines about me.
Yeah, that would have sure help you.
Yeah, man, definitely. You know what I mean? And of course, being a part of the group, that's when I meet up with the brethren them and we form a group called To ISIS coming out of there.
Yeah,
and
which year this is?
When I said To ISIS was formed somewhere around maybe like 97 or something like
Nice.
that.
All right.
About 97. About 97, yeah, and we started screeching and doing like a gigs here and there behind Cattle Leave back and start we look at thing and so yeah, and up until when we ended up entering the TSS competition, only three of us though, myself and the twins of the group.
Hold on, one who consisted
Well, the group was initially it was 7 of us, I, Duane Sinclair, Renata Lewis, Kevin Webb, Robert Williams, and Richard and Robert Morgan. Yeah, so it was 7 of us initially, and of course, after about the first year and a half, Duane Sinclair migrated to the United States, and we continued most of the time with just 6 of us.
How do you ended up leaving To ISIS?
I think for me it was just growth, It was just growth because everybody in the group, we started to gravitate to different kinds of music or whatever. And as you grow musically, you find that you want to explore more what is truly your musical passion. And then, 6 different brothers, 6 different minds. Man want to do like R&B thing, man want to explore more dancehall, man want to pop business. I personally was a roots man. I wanted to explore more the roots thing. And by then, of course, we had gone and organized up a meeting with Dean Fraser, who actually exposed us to our first professional recording. And strange enough, that is the first time Get Up Here was recorded, because when we went to the audition, it was held at Anchor Studio. We went through about 4 or 5 songs that were written by the group of us. And there were some nice good songs singing, you know, Baby You're So Sweet Like the Flower in the Night and Bright and all that thing.
Yeah.
Dean listened to that song and say, yeah, you know, it's so bad. So him say, so the man write a little reggae song like that, a little roots tune about, you know, the situation and area. And I said, well, you know, you have a little song and we write all them days still, and no man never really know it but me, because obviously that no man are interested in singing, because most of them are can say, what people tune them the man, but that was my thing.
See it.
So then we go in and started to sing, and they must say, wait, start the line again, and we start, from day to day we live. And then once I started, then Christopher Birch, who was Dean resident pianist at the time, started playing different notes and saying, no man, sing this instead and go there. And then of course there was Paul Castic, and the first drum for that was like a program drum. So Paul Castic was doing programming and drum, and then Michael Fletcher and bass. And then after that was the root of the music, and then after that then he recorded both piano and guitar, and the group did background, and that's how that song actually came about. That's why I sang all the lead on it, because nobody knew it. The truth is nobody never really want to learn it.
Yeah,
either,
because everybody wanted for them own thing.
Yeah, everybody was sing the cute song, the one the R&B thing, the little Usher kind of vibe, the one them thing there. Which nothing wrong with it, because that's where we should be for our age.
Yeah,
but you know, to me, someone that come from the rural Virgin Augustine, you don't know it already.
Yeah.
You know what say? We record the song and the man them put our song on the B side of the record, Rasta.
Yeah, who up on the A side?
Margaret so the man them going to move and take our tune and put our tune, which is the original tune, on the track, and the B side of a Margaret record song. The song again. Take up your cross and walk with me. So said that man from Galilee.
Yeah, man. Big tune.
Yeah, it was at the time, you know, but it's true now, and name on them thing there. The man must say, all of this was for our exposure, because of course, if a man don't know the name, 90% of the time, man not even look the direction there.
True.
So, yeah, I guess, you know, at the time, it's like a man stab you, but in a retrospect, no, even though that you learn the business, you learn that at the time, it might never seem right, but it was done for the best reasons.
True. Yeah, man, when you look back on certain things, you can...
Yeah, man, and that is how it actually get played. A man just decides, say, one day if I flip and play the B side, I'm in a taxi. I go from Half a Tree to Papi, and I tell the driver, say, yo, I mean that I sing by the radio. I say, you are sing them bad tune, yeah? Lie, tell me.
You say, go tell everybody when you reach home.
Yeah, man, I'm going to tell you, man. But, you know, that's how we started. That was our first professional recording. You know, and that's how the link with Dean was made. Because even after the recording, as long as I wasn't doing anything in the space of Two Ices, since then I was always with and around Dean Fraser.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? I say, because I want to Dean, every so often you see Dean with a different set of young youth. And at that point, it was myself and Taurus Riley and a youth named Lavaska.
Yeah.
That was always around. When you say Dean, you see one away. You understand what I mean? So most of the time, me and Animal Roller, just me and him, and Taurus, usually Taurus, Lavaska, and him. But he has always had that kind of vibe in terms of molding different talents throughout.
Yeah, and just a soak up everything.
Yeah, man, even now, I mean, nowadays, you have some asset of youth right now where I burn it up with the horns, man. Like, it's the most impressive set of young youth that I've seen in the music since.
Right now.
Yeah, man, since Dean, Nambo, Dwight Richards and them, man.
Yeah.
These youths, we say, it's so refreshing to see young youth I play the horns so good, because, of course, there's a serious lull between, you know, the greatness of Dean and the time and what was to come. But, you know what I mean? So, yeah, but that is how I learned a lot. Because even so, when I eventually left to ISIS, I come out of a group where I was singing 6-part harmonies. And as impressive as that might be, but we never actually learn how these harmonies come about.
Yeah.
You understand? And it's when I go around Dean now and I start expose me to like background singing for other people.
You
You know?
realize.
Yeah, that
You know?
the simplicity. Because the first time I go in the studio room, and Dean just press the button and say, yeah man, this part. And I realize say, him sit down back and him look at me. I say, so I'm not telling me what to sing. And everybody ready, and then the thing start rolling and everybody else sing. And I said, ja. How this I go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have to learn on the fly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Luckily we have people like, Nicky Burt and, Rochelle, them two especially what that really said, no man, this is how the whole thing go on, and then I explain. So listen man, them 6-part harmony we are sing them things are impressive, man. What is impressive is knowing the fundamentals of the thing. See, and that's how you learn now, say, is these three notes that make up this chord. And you take it from there, so.
Yeah.
And you gradually move and train your ears, train your senses. And, you get musical. So nowadays when you're going, all you just need to know now is just the part. Never knew that before. But you see, you learn different things at different stages.
Yeah, man.
So from Mr. Dexter, I learned that I can sing with Houston. From you, and you learn 6-part harmony at Ewan Simpson.
Yeah.
And then eventually, Mr. Fraser make it know, say, all right, what we're going to do is put all these things together, structure it, organize it, and then, then you learn feel, because it's not every song need to sound big and this, that, and whatever. You learn to, what need to be a little bit more complicated, what need simplicity, softness, this, that, different levels and textures and them things.
Yeah.
And you just, move from there.
All right. So after the first song, and you feel happy and joyful and everything, what was next?
The next was the reality that
Yeah.
not because you have this nice song, I mean, so things are going nice right away.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So it's a journey, and you find that music has lots of levels and whatever, and music not cutting a slack and giving a break. You have to work for everything.
So true.
You have to work for everything, you know what I mean? And today up and tomorrow, that's why I always tell this boy, I say when you find that it's song, you put it to use. You make sure you put on things for tomorrow when the rainy day come, because it will come. Because 99.9 of us never see the second tune for follow up.
Yeah, man.
You understand what I say?
Yeah.
Never see it. Like if you think about how many artists that has come through for the past 20 years, because I really like 27 years now, I did this when me look back and I said, ja, no star. Like, even in a sense, I just, in the business, me a big man.
yeah. Because many artists, them come through and
come through powerful and then disappear and whatever.
True.
So I'm grateful for the fundamentals where I get from Cataleve. And just the work ethic that even them things bring on to you. And the fact say, in the early days, Mr. Fraser making was to listen to me. It's when you go in a studio, not go in a studio go try make a hit song, because none of us know what a hit song is.
Right.
You understand? You have to make a good song, and a good song will always carry on. Just do a good song, and know a good song will end up.
True.
Yeah, look by Richie Spice. Richie Spice do a good song. And 8 years after Richie Spice album come up and Dead in the Water, all of a sudden it's the same song that make Richie Spice a household name in reggae music.
Everybody just gravitate to that.
8.5 years later. You understand what I say? Do a good song and make it ride.
So which song you came with after?
I mean, we did a lot of stuff in Twice. So we had a we basically continue the trend doing songs, occasional releases and whatever, but most of what we're known for was great live performances. Simply because them youth was great performance. Because enough of the time we take backseat to them man,
Yeah.
And it's not like say we didn't belong anywhere else. You understand what I say? Because they were like, first thing all them man, they're like a trained dancer, except me and Robert Williams. Most of the hillside thing down I listen flats and Augustown, we black our talent with the dancing. But even Robert could have balanced a little bit. Me, there was no hope, boy. There's a point in the show when I used to just step off and just let them do them thing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And but I mean, it was good. It was good. I learned, even being at the back of their stage, I still learned a lot from even those guys.
Mm.
But once the time came for me to move on,
Was it a bit kind of nervy, or you just know, say,
no, man,
no, I need to
it
move
was
on?
it was nerve wracking, man. It was nerve wracking, but I was doing so much work because by then, Taras came up with the album, Parables, because we were working on the album Parables, the album August Town for me, and an album called Navigator, which me and Taras was doing some of the writing for Luciano, and we were working on those projects. Of course, Navigator came out, did very well, but then he named Luciano. When Parables came out now and started doing well, I started going on the road, singing backgrounds with Taros. So by then I started doing a little bit of things on the road, and he called me out every now and then I sing a little one tune every, because I said thing where each one give one strength.
Same way.
But once my album was to come out now, the thing for me that took away all the fears was Sizzla used to put on a thing on a Judgment Yard on a Thursday night. It's a Thursday or Sunday night, not sure now.
Yeah.
And then we have this Virginia lecturer. Now, lecturer is a man. We're in the streets. The lecturer called me and I said, yo, come on, we go down the road, man. Sizzla put on a thing, go sing to a tune. And of course, August, by then, Get Up Here started to get a little bit more rotation. People, knew it and things. So I went, a song that, of course, people love it. They enjoy the whole vibe and everything. And of course, this was first time performing Cottage in the Grill. But Cottage in the Grill was already a hit. It's just that we have a little nice vibe on it and whatever. But it was already a hit before.
Yeah.
So of course people listen to that. But it was when I started saying August Town, because I walk off the stage and I say, where I go? Nah, man, you can't. You have to sing this, because lecturer was there, so he knew the songs.
Yeah.
Because he was in studio doing stuff too. And I said, no, man, sing the song about August Town, man. And nerve wracking at it, because I never performed this song, I know yet, That's even people are gonna like it. But by the time I got to the chorus of August Town,
Well
I
received.
end up having to start with the song like 3 times just to the first verse, and then by the time I started the second verse, I started to name out the place and everything. It was a whole different thing. I end up there about 40 minutes to sing the one song. And when we come off a stage, I just walk right through the gate and I walk up on my yard, and by the time you reach at the foot of the hill, if you go up by the church, I know say, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm just keep it moving, bro.
Yeah, guys, there's always a point,
Yeah, man. The validation from the people that matter most of the time. When you get that, say, boy.
And this is what, 2007?
2007.
2007.
Before the album came out. The album came out at the end of 2007, like November, the 7th of November.
Yeah.
Because most people think the album actually came out in 2008, because that's when the promotion really blew up, But 7th of September.
So, may I ask you, before the album came out, were you touring with Dean at the time?
I was touring with Dean and Taras, man. We went to, by the time the album come out, man, it's like season on the road already, because we out there doing thing, and everybody I wonder say, oh, them two look at you there, a tour. The biggest name in the tour, Dean Fraser. But we knew enough, and I think we were prepared. We were prepared by Dean. So once we got out there, being on stage and then representing in front of the people was the easy part.
Yeah,
because we were prepared.
The August Town album, as may I tell you, one of my brethren, him bring a man around me, and him come from Samoa, and he might tell me some song. He might say, Duane Stephenson. I say, yeah, man, August Town. And I think I mentioned Get Up Here as well. And him start name some other song where me no know, as the yard man.
What I have learned is that every era has its own tune. Tune where that them really I represent for. Because, like, we go certain places in the South American belt and everything, and them a song like Fool for You, I feel them tune that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My interpretation of Members Only, a major hit in those places, only the song that even come close would be like August Town.
Yeah.
And not by far. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
Then you go down to Africa and it's a whole different thing now. Get a religion, them kind of tune is the major tracks in them kind of areas. You know what I mean? So I have learned that, as I say, do a good song and let it ride, man. Good song have a tendency to find its way around.
Because what I notice, you have a lot of artists, them have big song in a Jamaica, And I don't know if you would have said the management or just the artists themselves, because you as a man will tour and go a lot of different places. Them have the song, but me not see them.
Yeah, but you see, a lot of them things is big songs at Jamaica. That means that big songs are road, because
That
you
is
find
true. That is true.
I learned a lesson one time because I was doing a song for your Virgin, and the song really kick off for me in Jamaica, and then the man called me. I try to cheat me out on the publishing. I tell my fool, I say, what is Virgin? Like, but then me think about it 1 second, and I say, but that song you really make for the borders of Jamaica.
Yeah.
It live on there, so. I don't want to fight him. I say, all right, brother, everything good. I'll keep it moving. I just learn a lesson. I know, so when I'm on the car, you just give my story and move on.
Yeah.
I know, so I hate that.
Yeah, man. So after August Town, you came out with
Black Gold.
This was in what, 2010? 2010. This was well received also.
Yeah. The thing about it, I mean, I guess because I don't do albums readily just like behind each other, so you find that whenever I put out an album, usually it's well received because people waiting it so long. It's not even something deliberate, because, trying to get the business right. But even the process for me is a little bit different, Before me write an idiot song, nobody because I'm using for shame. I tell people all the while, so sometimes you have some 5-star books. And when the book done, I like 10 songs in it. And a 5-star done. Like a 5-star is like 5 subjects and it's done because half of one segment is one song. Because you write this to them and you come back, you feel that you rip it out, you move on, you think. And that's just the process of me. You know what I mean? Try to put it together to make it as better as I possibly can so it can pass my own test. Because ultimately that is the test that truly matters.
Yeah, because most of them, the younger youths, not even just the younger youths, because even in the 90s, a man just want to put out some song. He not care if the song good or not, he just want to push out
but you see, a lot of times that's the interpretation. A lot of times man sing them song for whether, catch on to the gimmick market or to this or whatever. Just try sing a song so when the scrolls are being written, maybe can't get even a small mention, and that in itself would be enough for me, in terms of validation to this work, I'd have little purpose.
Yeah, man, and then you went on now, in 2014, you released...
Yeah, man, new location. This is Mixing Lab, legendary Mixing Lab studio, Ray Francis place,
Yeah. 2014, you go in and you come with this album, Dangerously Roots.
Yeah.
Journey from August Town.
Yeah.
Give me the reasoning behind the name.
Well, as it say, I was always a roots man, and of course, there's always this set of pondering going on. Roots music is dead, roots music is this, and all sort of thing. Plus, on the other side of it, people tend to want to marginalize roots music because it's the music that speaks the truth about many things. You understand what I mean? I say? And anything that speaks truth always get fight and considered dangerous music. So a lot of times you're just singing a song because you're trying to get your opinions, your ideas, Sometimes, a lot of times, it's in line with what the teachings of the Bible, the Quran, and all of these things. And for some strange reason, because you sing truth, it becomes dangerous.
Yeah.
Which is why, it's dangerously roots. And then, of course, Journey from Augusttown, it speaks for itself because I am one that, for every album that I do, I try to speak to the time that we're living in.
Cool. Yeah. Give me your favorite song on this album.
And Dangerously Roots?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't say everything,
No, it's probably Sorry Babylon.
Sorry Babylon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I listen to one song in it, probably Sorry Babylon is that tune for me, you know what I mean?
After this was released, you went on tour.
We did we did a run in Europe to promote an album, and you know, shows around. I just filtered a lot of the songs into whatever I was doing before,
Yeah.
just to get out, you know. So that's the thing about it. You know, a lot of times you do an album and you'd love to perform all the songs, but it's just not necessarily possible because there's so much to draw from, you know, from the span of your career. So the more you go, the harder it is to put a show in place. But a lot of times, you know,
Well,
the
that's
show
a
that you
good
put
problem, you
together.
know.
Yeah, it is, you know,
But
because
a huge catalog.
yeah, man. Sometimes you find say it's just the region that you're in that will dictate the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't fight it. I go through.
Which region you would say you receive the best? Like,
Well, I would say South South and Central America.
yeah.
South and Central America. Like 2 years ago I performed at Reggae do Republic in Brazil. And the audience was about, you know, over 70,000 people that were there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the biggest, like, one-off roots reggae concert right now in the world. It's in Bahia, Salvador.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So, I would say, for me, those areas has always been consistent. But I realized that, you know, I try to do a lot more stuff in incorporating going to Africa and performing to the African diasporas. And that's building nicely for me. And,
Yeah.
you know, the truth is, I love them things, you know. I play my song to who wants to listen.
Yeah. So, as you say, Africa, how many times you been there?
Over 10 times, different areas, you know. But definitely Kenya is the place that I've been to the most on the continent. I've been to South Africa twice, been to Zambia, Gambia, but mainly in and out of in Kenya. And I'm looking forward to now going to Zanzibar in another month or two.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So,
Yeah,
which country was the first?
Which African country was the first? It was Kenya. And when I went there the first time, it wasn't even for work. It was like a vacation. I was doing some work up in Sweden with a brethren called Ken Ring. And of course, we took a break. We were doing an acoustic set, you know, through theaters. A different kind of vibe, you know. And we took a break, did some studio work, and then we flew down to Africa just for a week, just to cool out before we went back to work.
Yeah.
That's the first time I went to Kenya, you know.
So give me the feeling. Give me the feeling.
No,
just put yourself in the moment, like.
You know, for me it was a joy. First thing, you know, I was very elated. He's half Kenyan, of course, you know, half Kenyan, half Swedish. So he was just looking for. He's always looking forward. As a matter of fact, he's actually living in Kenya now, because I was down there recently, earlier this year, and he actually relocated and is fully now in Kenya.
All right.
In Mombasa. You know what I mean? So it was absolutely fabulous going there. But the thing that really struck a note with me was the fact that 75% of the content on the major radio stations was roots reggae music. You know what I mean? The same reggae music with them say it no, man, it don't fit for commercial consumption in Jamaica.
Yeah.
You know, I get no ads and all them things if you play, because dancehall is more hip, it's more pop, it's more for youth and whatever. Me understand all of that. But what I understand is why 75% of the music in Kenya can be reggae music, but yet still we don't really.
Yeah.
Them not play reggae music in Jamaica in a happy hour. I mean, I understand. I mean.
Yeah,
Well, it's not for me
crazy
to understand.
and.
Not just life. That's how it goes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, changes have to go on, but not so drastic. We still have to keep the
man,
road.
of course. We you know, Jamaica has a lot to offer. But the one thing we find we don't offer much is balance.
That's true. That's true. For real.
You know what I mean? But as I say, you know, people and music jockeying for earspace in Jamaica is a lot, because we are, you know, the cultural capital of the Caribbean. And there's, you know, you could say this whole hemisphere, but let's say the Caribbean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on in Jamaica. So we understand all of that. But as I said, it was very interesting for me to see that.
Yeah, as you said, when it comes to balance and our thing.
Yeah.
For real. So Yeah, man. So overall and performance, where you would say, like, where have you done like your best performance? Like, yeah, you see that performance there.
You know, for me, it's very hard to chalk it up to chalk it up to that because you know the thing about me, as I said, my background don't allow me to do anything. But every time I go on stage, I try to leave my all on the stage, you know, because you don't know when is your last performance. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
learned that
yeah.
from early on. But in terms of like the first time I went to do a show in Suriname, when I got to the venue, I asked the guy, "Who else is on the show?" You know, so who, you know, because it was a venue that holds 8,000 people in Flamboyant Park, and there were people outside that couldn't get in. I was wondering, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know, say, who them people are come to see something else going on? And one said, no man, this is, are you the headline? I said, so them, am I sure them people are coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you know, it was early days, you
Yeah.
know,
Great
but
feelings.
yeah, it was something else, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
something else, you know what I mean? To be able to jump pack a place like that because them numbers count, that was true numbers, you know what I mean? And it was, you know, it validates a lot of the work we you put in over
Yeah.
the years and thing and keep you motivated and keep you sharp too.
So let me ask you, have you ever performed in Hawaii?
Never been to Hawaii, never been to Hawaii. We were all set to go there before the pandemic, and then once the pandemic came through, the whole thing was just dash, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to the opportunity when I truly get to go into those areas. I've been to like New Zealand, I've been to the Seychelles. More recently, I've been to Mauritius. So I'm working my way up the Pacific, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
working my
Because
way up to come
Hawaii,
right
you
through.
know, your song them,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah, man. I work my
Yeah.
way up to the Pacific. I'm definitely, you know what I mean? But I know I get a lot of support from there because when you track the statistics in terms of who listening and whatever, you find that, you know, a lot of people support the music from that end and stuff. So,
True, true.
so I'm looking forward to going there. You know? But, you know, I'm always excited about areas that I've not been to because there's always a potential to go there. And
Yeah.
sometimes just that keeps you going and keeps it, you know, exciting.
Let me ask you, what we're having at the pipeline right now coming for Duane Stephenson?
Well, right now, there's an album coming up called Weekend Dude, produced by Donovan German and Penthouse Records. You know,
Yeah.
it's Duane Stevenson's album with a twist, you know, a different kind of vibe.
A
But
twist, you have to explain.
yeah, well, I mean, for me, you know, a lot of times for into roots music, hardcore kind of vibe, and this is not so much that because of, well, me and the producer fight consistently. I must say, no man, this is not a Duane Stephenson album, you know, this is a Penthouse Duane Stephenson album.
Yeah.
And yeah, I said, sure, cool, you know, but it was a new challenge for me. It was a new challenge for me, and it's a little bit on the softer side of our music, you know, a little bit of a, maybe even a rocksteady song inside, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just something different, something fresh with, you know, like those kind of music that we used to with a little bit of modern edge on it.
All right.
So,
So may I ask you, is there any chance we can get just a little snippet what the people them can look forward to? Any one of the songs?
well, I'd rather be without her in my dream than to be without her on my scene. You know what I mean? I'll see her again on Friday, party after party. The coat in a designer jeans, spending money like crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be without her in my dream than to be without her on my scene. You know what I mean? I'll see her again on Friday.
All right, don't say another word. Yeah. What's the name of that one?
Weekend Dude.
All right, all right. Yeah, man, sounds good. So, great things to look
Yeah, man,
forward
yeah,
to
man.
from Duane Stephenson. And trust me, I'm glad it's a pleasure for the man up on this platform, yeah, Reggae Dancehall Vault. And we look forward to seeing some more of the eye. Even
Yeah, man.
right
I mean,
here, you know?
the truth is, I plan on stepping up. I'll be stepping up the visibility, you know. Now that I have you know, an album coming up and everything. Because I believe in that. You know, if me not have nothing for really promote, me not gonna put myself on internet because naturally, that's not me naturally. You know what I mean? And too much is too much. You know,
So true.
well, like say, you know, everything is up, but too much is too much, man. Sometimes you just take a break, find yourself, recenter, come again for always make sure so you put the best foot forward for the fans out there and the people who support your music, especially in the hard days, yeah. When a man buy a ticket for coming to a concert, you have to be very grateful because money hard to come by.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So whenever you look putting up a product for them to support, I try to make sure that I give it my all so it can be something worthwhile of people's hard-earned money.
Natural.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Blessings. Before you go, like a 5 question, just a little quiz, and see how many you can get out of the 5.
Okay, bro.
All right. First question. Which year was the Sling Ting Rhythm released?
Sling Ting Rhythm. Sure. Sling Ting, about 08 that.
Oh, 8? Go on again, man.
Sling
One
Ting.
more try. 80s.
Oh, no, the original Sling Ting. 88.
Close, but no. So the answer is 1985.
Oh, that's not close. That's like 3 years off, man.
3 years still.
3 years off.
But no, we're not going to get this, you know.
Alright.
Next question.
Yeah.
Who sings the song Two White Women on a Minibus?
Yeah, those there. I don't remember them.
Or Two White Girls on a Minibus, sorry.
I don't remember them call themselves though.
Yeah, man, it's hard.
I don't remember them 2 girls call themselves. I remember
The word.
The word is what them call themselves?
Yeah.
Oh, no, man. Yo, trust me. I remember when that song was a thing, boy. Strangest like a song, but for some strangers, people used to just love it because it's funny.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, man.
Alright, now I give you 2 bat up and catch now, you know. What's Yellow Man's real name?
No, I can't say that. Yellow Man. Yellow M first name, man last name. This is Yellow Man used to live down Augustown, the bridge. Yellow Man, baby mother come from down Dancehall Lane. And I have never heard anybody call Yellow Man anything else but Yellow Man yet.
Yeah. Alright.
So as far as me know, him first name was Yellow and the last name was Man.
Alright. It was Christen Winston Foster.
Who?
Winston Foster.
Winston Foster?
Yeah.
We don't even know if Yellow Man remember that.
Alright, give another bat up and catch. This one is easy. Which year was Wild Gilbert released?
Wild Gilbert, 1988.
Correct, sir. Correct. One more. Name me 2 songs from the 1987 Jammy's Heavenless Rhythm.
I remember that.
I kill. Yeah, mother, so them questions I have to put to some selector.
Yeah, them know everything. I can know everything. You can't even say selector, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Because some of the man play music, but they don't really know the history of the music neither, you know what I mean?
True.
So.
Alright, if I give you one out of it, you might know the rest. You might know a couple
one,
more.
please,
Alright,
one.
give you one. Pinchers for your eyes only.
For your eyes
only.
Well, we know them tune there, brother, but...
Yeah, man, the rhythm hard, man. Jam is 1987. Your eyes only then.
Wasn't it like re-released at some point after?
Yeah. It was even before that because Lady and Big Throne was on the Heavenless in Farmer, 1981.
Okay.
Yeah. So other songs that's on the rhythm is Tolo T, none of that. Super Black, I would have there with you. Them type of song there. You have who else? Little Twitch.
No man, some man him there. I call him names on them man, you have to ask the question.
So they are going like you're 70.
I call him names on them man, I know them man we real thing there. And well yeah, Kurt Riley and them. You have historian, not just selector, historian.
Yeah.
Reggae dancehall, play that song. Play reggae music all night long. No one no time for no gun in a waste. Blessed love, this is Duane Stephenson from Augustown and you're in tune to Reggae Dancehall Vault. This is me I say.